In this video, we'll see two different types of asset allocation approach. First is dynamic and the second one is core satellite approach. Sometimes fund managers have to deal with unpredictable markets and meet their clients' different financial goals. Now, in order to be successful in this kind of environment, they can't stick to their traditional static approach. They need to be more flexible and dynamic. Dynamic asset allocation means changing portfolio allocations based on market conditions. Unlike static, where the allocations remain fixed, dynamic is less focused with maintaining a specific mix of assets because it realizes that different asset classes perform differently over time. As it focuses on maximizing returns, its goal is to capture market opportunities while managing risks. Now, how does this approach work? For this, the portfolio manager regularly monitors the economic indicators, market trends, and other such important factors, and accordingly adjusts the portfolio allocations based on what they observe. For example, during the times of economic growth, they may put more of the portfolio into stocks. On the other hand, during an economic crisis, the fund manager may reduce the number of stocks and instead invest in bonds to protect against the potential losses. So the success of the strategy depends on the portfolio manager making good investment decisions at the right time. Now, after briefly understanding how this strategy works, next we'll see certain points which highlights what is good and what is not so good about this strategy. Ability to take advantage of market inefficiencies. Market inefficiency means security prices not reflecting their true values. Increased diversification through asset class rebalancing. Third is risk reduction by buying undervalued and selling overvalued securities. And lastly, they are actively traded. Some drawbacks include increased complexity and costs, as dynamic asset allocation requires more frequent monitoring and rebalancing than traditional buy and hold investing. Secondly, the requirement of a higher level of knowledge or expertise to make an informed decision about the asset allocation, and the possibility of the incorrect market timings can lead to missed opportunities or even potential losses. After considering both the positive and the negative side, this kind of strategy is suitable for the individuals with a moderate risk profile, long-term investment horizon, who wants to diversify their portfolio across different asset classes, and the ones who lack time and expertise to manage their portfolio actively. After this, moving on to the core satellite approach. Essentially, the core satellite approach was meant to combine passive with actively managed funds. The passively managed funds constitute the core portfolio. This portfolio mainly includes index funds and large cap stocks, which do not require constant monitoring. The aim is to build long term wealth, and managing this part of the portfolio is inexpensive. Also, this portfolio has a lower beta because the investments are in low volatility instruments. The satellite portfolio includes actively managed funds, and this portfolio makes up a small part of the investment. Its main goal is to beat the benchmark. Now, because it's actively managed, it requires a constant monitoring. It usually invests in riskier instruments, which includes small and mid cap stocks. Managing this part of the portfolio is also costly because of the frequent trading. Lastly, it has a higher beta because of its volatile instruments. To sum up, this strategy helps us diversify investments while maintaining a solid foundation. And with this, we come to the end of this video. Hope it was helpful. See you in the next video.